Hello guys, it's John here from the Body Engineers and welcome to the TRX core and cardio workout. So we've only got 6 exercises we're going to do in this workout, so you should be able to get this done in 20 minutes. So it's a cool little routine that you could do either outside or in the home just to re-energize yourself, and it's a good abdominal and gets the heart rate going a little bit. So as I said, we're doing 6 exercises, so 6 exercises or 6 rounds, and then we're going to do 2 sets for each one. So the first set we're going to do 30 seconds of rest, 30 seconds of work, by 30 seconds, followed by 30 seconds of rest. That just allows us to explain the exercise a little bit. And then for the second set, we're going to do 45 seconds of work, followed by 15 seconds of rest. And as with some of the other workouts, if you have time, add in a third round by rewatching the second set and doing another round of 45 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds of rest. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a TRX Crunch followed by some reverse lunge into a sort of a jump, an explosive reverse lunge. We're going to alternate between sides for that one, so we're just going to do 1 round for both sides, and then we're going to go into a side crunch, 1 round on each side, and then we're going to go into a jump squat and then an oblique crunch at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to got a timer here, so we're going to start with the TRX Crunch, and what we want to make sure is that the strap is at about mid-calf height. So adjust your straps to make sure that it's in that position. So you either just push the buckle down and then push the tab up to make it shorter, or pull it down a little bit to make it a bit longer. Make sure it's even on both sides. So just to get in position for the crunch, what you're going to do is rock back onto your back, grab the heel, the straps, place them on top, and then you're just going to twist around and get onto your knees. And then what I'm going to do is use the push-up handles just to keep my wrist in a more neutral position. You can use a mat here just for your knees if you need to rest at any point during the exercise. Bring this back a little bit more. So you could use dumbbells for keeping your wrist neutral if you prefer as well, if you don't have a push-up handles. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So we're starting with the TRX Crunch. So you're going to get into a nice strong plank position, push the heels back, and then it's hips up, and then knees into chest, and then back to a strong plank, hips up, knees into chest. So you're really trying to isolate the abs as much as possible. So try and squeeze the abs from the beginning, hips up, knees into chest. Keep the tension in the abs and rest there. And then we're going to go into the alternating explosive reverse lunge. So just put the push-up handles to the side, and then you're going to turn and face the ankle point. Just use a few fingers. So it's a reverse lunge and then drive up. Reverse lunge, drive up. So just do a couple each side. Reverse lunge, and drive up. And then switch sides. Reverse lunge and drive up like that. So just a more of an explosive version of a reverse lunge to get the heart rate going. If it feels not so good on your knees, then just do the non-jumping reverse lunge. So then we're going to go into a side crunch. So you're going to go back onto the mat. You're going to place the feet on top, and then you're going to turn to your side, and then you're going to place the top leg in front, the bottom leg, and then you just want to make sure it's in the right way. And then you're going to come into a side plank like this. So you make sure your elbow is directly underneath the shoulder, and then the toes of the bottom leg is going to the heel of the top leg. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, and then you're just slowly lowering the hip and driving up, squeezing the abs, down, drive up, squeeze the abs. And then in order to switch sides, you're just going to rotate around and then make sure that you're in the same position on on the opposite side. So make sure the shoulder's underneath, or the elbow's underneath the shoulder to start with, and then drive up. Just use your hand to get stable first. So even just holding this position can be challenging enough, and you could just rest to the bottom if you need. So just make sure the toes are into the heel, drive the hip up, and then you can do slowly some like hip drops, slowly going down, driving back up, driving your elbow into the floor, really squeeze underneath here, and then slowly back down again. Squeeze, back down, squeeze, and back down like that. So this is a really good workout or exercise for training the obliques and the side abdominals. Then we're going to go into a jump squat. So you're going to turn and face the anchor point again, and then just grab it with a few fingers, get into a nice squat position. So squat down, and then you're driving into the ground, looking at the anchor point. Now you could do just little mini jump squats, particularly if your feet are, or if your knees are a bit sensitive, then you might want to do that. Or you can do a more explosive one, like jumping right up and keeping the tension on the quads. So we're going to do that. It's going to be pretty hard doing that for 45 seconds, but just make sure that your feet are the right width apart and that your knees are going over the feet. They're not kind of going inside or going outside too much. And then the last exercise, we're going to do an oblique crunch. So same as the first exercise we did, very similar, just a slight variation. So you're going to put the feet into the straps again, turn onto your front, grab the push-up handles again, and then going into a nice strong plank. And then you just hips up, and then knees into the opposite one elbow, back to the start, hips up. Oop. This is one of the issues with this. Make sure that your strap, I probably need to reduce the size of the strap a bit there, but yeah. Anyway, I'll change that in a second. But then you're going to do the opposite side, so hips up and then knees into the opposite elbow. And then back to a plank, hips up, knees into the opposite, into the other elbow. So you're just alternating from side to side, and that just works a bit more the side abdominals rather than just the front. So that's the 6 rounds that we're going to do. To grab just a little bit of a break, and then we're going to get straight into the main set of those exercises. I'll see you in a second. All right guys, so we're going to go straight into the second round. So we're going to now do 45 seconds for each exercise, followed by 15 seconds of rest. So we're going back to the TRX Crunch. So we're going to go onto the floor, and then you're going to place your feet, place the toes, place the TRX straps over the toes, turn around onto your front. So make sure you get into this position first, so you can go on your knees with the feet in. Make sure your hands are in the right position, so they're going to be about shoulder width. Doesn't really matter, you could have the handles in this orientation or your hands in this one, so keep your elbows back. So you're just keeping a neutral position. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So going into a nice strong plank, squeeze the abs really tight, hips up, knees into chest. So hips up, knees into chest. Squeeze at the top. Try and keep tension in the abs as much as possible. That's it. Good. A few more seconds and rest there. And then we're going to go into the explosive reverse lunge. So bring the handles to the side, grab. So we're just alternating sides. So just with a few fingers, step back, reverse lunge, and then drive up. You can do like 5 each side. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, that's it. 3, 4, 5. Just as I said, if you feel the knees a little bit, don't do the jump part. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. Make sure you keep your control. 4, 5, and the rest there. And then we're going into the side crunch. So grab the mats. Definitely need one for this. And then onto your face the ankle point, place the straps over the toes, turn onto your side. So if that happens, just make sure the feet are right in, and then you keep attention in the straps as you turn to your side. And then elbow underneath the shoulder, and then heel or toes into the back of the heel. Make sure you're nice and strong plank. Lift the hips up as high as you can. Really squeeze underneath here. And then you can lower a little bit, drive back up. Lower just a little bit, drive back up. Now, if you have shoulder problems, then you probably may not want to do this exercise as well. But if your shoulders are good, then you can just hold this position and just drive the hips up and then let them drop a little bit. And then we're going to switch sides. So you just turn around, pretty easy to change sides with this exercise. And then back into a strong plank. Make sure you get nice and stable first before you start moving. And then you just slowly lower down, drive the hips up, squeeze the abs, down a little bit, up, pause, hold it, down, back up, pause, really squeeze here. Focus on this bit. Keep nice and controlled. Up, pause. Feels a bit harder on this side. And rest there, good job. And then place the mat to the side. Then we're going into jump squats. So back to facing the anchor point, grab just the handles with a few fingers, get into a nice squat position, squat down, jump up, and then you can do little mini jumps just for lower impact, or you can do higher ones if you want a bit more explosion. But just be careful with the knees. Make sure the knees going over the feet, they're not going inwards. Keep nice and stable with the knee. I only want to be moving forward and back. This really starts to hurt after 30 seconds or so. That's it. Use your arms as much as you need to. And rest. Good job. And then lastly, the oblique crunch. So back to using the mat. Use the push-up handles as well. So place them in front. So you're going to rock back. Place the straps over the feet. Turn in front. And then, so nice strong plank. Hips up, knees into one side of the elbow. Back to the plank, hips up, knees into the opposite side. Make sure you're pausing in the middle. Pause, hips up, pause. That's it. Pause, each side. And rest there. Okay, so that's a pretty simple little routine that you can do just for the abs and a bit of cardio as well, so it gets the heart rate going a little bit. You could stack this workout with the upper body routine that was done in the previous video. That would be quite a good hour workout that you've got there. So as I said, mention if you have time, try and do a third round and do another round for 45 seconds, followed by 15 seconds rest, maybe even another one after that. And that should be a good, nice little workout that you can do pretty much from anywhere, from at home or outside. Make sure to comment and let me know what you think below. And as always, guys, remember to be your best you, and I'll see you very soon.
The Body Engineers.